Yo, 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 yo. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to MJC YouTube channel. Max, how you doing tonight?
Doing good, one. You okay? Seem a little tired.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm chilling like a villain. My team actually won. It didn't feel all that good because I feel like we beat the worst team in the league potentially. That's what you do it, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you break an Eagle fan. 1 week of losing and everything is crushing down.
Two
Everything.
weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Two
2 weeks.
weeks.
2 weeks of losing, and they ain't built for this shit, y'all. They ain't built like they ain't built like Raider fans. All right,
Uh,
we've been through this
you
shit.
you you're correct. You are a crappier franchise. I will agree. Agree to agree.
Anyway, look, it was a good week. I went. Unfortunately, I went 1 for 3 on my fantasy leagues, which is
Let's
fine.
go. Let's go.
It's fine.
I love to hear that.
The
I
two
love to
leagues
hear
that I
that.
lost in, it
That's
wasn't
all I got.
the one I needed the win in. I got the win in. All right, that's all that
That
mattered.
sucks. I
All
wish you
right.
went 0-3.
No, it's not gonna happen. All right. Only once in a blue moon that'll happen. But I find a way to win at least one. All right. Anyway, look. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like the video, comment down below, all that good stuff. We just got done watching the amazing double header on Monday Night
I
Football.
don't feel like double header is the right word. I feel like a double header means you watch one and then the next one comes on, right?
Yeah.
I don't think two things coinciding with the MLB playoffs is a doubleheader. It's like stupid. Bad
Yeah.
planning. Bad.
Well, unfortunately, you're not gonna like it next week at all because it's the same thing, except I think they're back to back. So technically, it is a doubleheader, but there are 2 games again on Monday. This is the year that I feel like it's the most weeks with a doubleheader on Monday Night Football. Kind of weird.
Yeah. It's usually just like it's like the first week, and then
Yeah.
like they have like that weird like week 13 where it's like we got the Vikings, the 4-win Vikings going to the 6-win Texans. It's like,
I mean,
oh,
it's easy
great.
for us. I feel like it's easy for me because like I'm used to watching multiple games, so like I put on 2, like it doesn't really bother me. But I can only imagine if I was a person like, let's say I was a
Oh,
Commander
Joey.
fan. No,
Oh.
like a Commander fan, and I was just like, I want to watch the Commander game, but it's like I have no idea what's going on with the Bears game. Like a casual fan, like I feel like you're kind of like making people pick in a sense. I don't know. It's kind of weird,
Yeah. No, I agree with you 100%.
but
I agree.
yeah, it was weird. Nonetheless, the Falcons got the dub, and the Chicago Bears got the dub today by a game-winning field goal. Max, where did you want to start? What game did you want to harp on?
I think we should talk about the Bears and the Commanders. Obviously, they played last year. That was the Jaden Daniels signature moment, the Hail Mary. And Caleb kind of got his get back. And I think that's good for the NFL. I think both guys are like proving it. I mean, Jalen Daniels is proven, right? We already know he's a
Right.
superstar. Caleb Williams is kind of working his way there, would you say?
Yeah. Look, Caleb Williams is here. I feel like I finally have seen enough where I'm like, okay, like he's on the right track. I'm not trying to say like, oh, he's arrived. Like this is the number 1 pick. This is a top 10 quarterback, top 5. No, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is like all this talk about him not being able to like play in the NFL and like being a bust. And we were not saying that, but I'm just saying from the outside noise that I've heard and you have heard and everyone else has, calling him a bust, it's completely wrong. I think people need to swallow their words and take back what they said. This guy belongs in the NFL. He's extremely talented, and he's slowly but surely figuring it out. He's learning how to win in the NFL. He actually has a structure now. This is what happens. Guys get structure and guys get a plan. It started off rocky, but they've bounced back. And you really look at their situation, Max. I mean, they got some injuries on the offensive line. They got a bunch of injuries on the defensive side of the ball, and they're finding ways to win. This is 3 straight wins in a row. Finally against a pretty good team that we consider to be a playoff team. Everyone was talking crap about them beating the Cowboys and the Raiders, who are not that good of teams. The Commanders are far from that. Like, they're a capable team. They had Jaden Daniels tonight, and the Chicago Bears came out there and had a game plan and executed it. And Caleb Williams looked comfortable. That's all. Like, he looked comfortable out there. He was making the right reads. He was making the right throws. He was using his legs. Like, nothing out there looked awkward. I give it to Caleb Williams. I give it to Ben Johnson and the Chicago Bears as a whole. Like, just go ahead and steering the ship, bro. Not panicking when a lot of people like me in particular were already panicking after week 2 or week 1, really, on the way it looked. And you gotta give them props, bro. I like the way that they look tonight.
I will say this. I'll play devil's advocate in this. The commander side of things, Jaden Daniel, I would say he looked a little bit off tonight. He had been out the last 2 weeks, right? One, he didn't
Yeah.
play. He didn't. This was
He
the
played
first
last
game
week.
back, correct? I played that. Okay, so I feel like he looked off. I will say I feel like the weather had a big impact on the game. There was numerous fumbled handoffs on both sides of the ball. We had block kicks. It was an ugly game. Do I still like the Commanders going forward? Absolutely. Yes, I do. For the Bears, like you said, yeah, Caleb Williams had some good moments tonight. I feel like there's still some in between moments where the one thing that scares me about him going forward is when pressure gets near him and he can't run out the pocket. I feel like he's got a little bit of the Jimmy G, Tua Tagovailoa thing where it's like panicky and just flick the ball somewhere, right? I don't know if you get that feeling, but sometimes I feel like when the pressure gets around him, that's when you can kind of see the cracks in his armor. And I mean, he'll make some just unbelievable throws. He made a throw to Luther Burden today. I was like, one, look at the mechanics on this throw. Like, body's contorted and his arm talent gets there. That's my one little nugget to take away from this game. But like you said, you have to commend Ben Johnson. It looked kind of bad after 2 weeks, like to get beat by 40 against Detroit or 30, whatever it was, and to look like that. They've answered a lot of questions. They're playing their best football. I love how they've got the run game going. DeAndre Swift was awesome tonight. They're figuring out their formula. Like, I don't think they have the talent the Lions have on offense, and they're not as like well-oiled a machine because, like, let's think about it. This is year 2 and year 1 for a lot of these guys in this system. The Lions have 3 years in that system. They're like a well-oiled machine. So the future is bright. The writing is there for good things to happen. It's just a matter of can they be consistent? Because, like, Juan, you know this. They're a young team. Mistakes are bound to happen. Caleb Williams is going to make a couple more mistakes moving forward, right? He's a second-year player. It happens.
And I love the fact that the recipe is different. A lot of people, if I were to tell you tonight, Roman Dunze only had 2 catches for 32 yards. Their leading receiver was DeAndre Swift, 2 catches for 67 yards. I would probably say it's probably a bad night for Caleb, and they're probably going to lose. You find ways to win. This is you have to learn this in the NFL. You find ways to win with injuries. Everyone's hurt, okay? Everyone deals with injuries in the NFL. That's what people don't get. Everyone deals with them. But the good teams find ways to win, and it's tough for young teams like the Bears where you got to get a couple of these on your belt and it gives you confidence where like we didn't play our best ball tonight, but we won the game. It gives you extreme confidence going forward.
Correct. And the Commanders, you made a lot of uncharacteristic mistakes and a lot of good things. You still have a lot of good things about this team to move forward.
Yeah.
I think this game meant more for the Bears than it did the Commanders. Like, they had to get their lick back.
100%.
They lost in pretty bad fashion. So they did their job. Ben Johnson's got this thing rolling. So I think we'll just wait to see. And I think we'll really know how good this team is in a couple weeks, right? Like, we'll know in 3 or 4 weeks, okay, they're for real or they're fraudulent.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait to be seen. Let's talk about a team that's honestly looked a little fraudulent tonight. The Buffalo Bills.
Are Bills fans as angry as Eagle fans? And they're, like 4-0, right? And 2 straight losses. Mm-hmm. Why are Eagle fans like myself way more? Because we don't have Josh Allen, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
But I mean, you talk to the right Bill fan. They're pissed off. Look, if you really look at the last 2 games, it's been kind of ugly. It has. Tonight it was even uglier on the defensive end. Bijan Robinson and the Falcons offense went nuclear in the first half. Like Drake London had over 100 yards. Bijan Robinson had over 100 yards. It was absolute. It looked like it was going to be an absolute
Dude, they
beatdown.
almost let Drake London score a touchdown.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, kick the field goal, dummy. Kick it. I'm totally against what they did, but like they almost worked, which was insane.
Right. But this is unacceptable. Like, we're always talking about Sean McDermott and the defense. The defense. This is pretty bad, you know. And we got a couple of. These are one of those things where the Bills go under the radar. But if you really start looking at their wins, Max, they beat Baltimore, which you can argue they got lucky in that game,
So
right?
they did. No,
They
they
got
did.
lucky,
They did.
41-40.
Yeah.
They beat the Jets, who are 0-5.
No problem.
They
0-6.
they beat the Dolphins,
Yep.
who are not all that good.
0-6 and 1-5. Okay.
New Orleans Saints, who's not
Yeah,
that good
they're-
at all.
What is
And
it?
then-
1-5 again?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they play
Okay.
New England and Atlanta, and they lose 2 in a row against 2 teams that are competitive. I wouldn't say that they're elite, but they're good to decent teams at the very
Would you
least.
believe me if I told you start of year 6 weeks in, New England's in first place?
I wouldn't be
No,
surprised.
you wouldn't.
I wouldn't
No,
be
you would not have believed me. You would not have believed me
I
if I
would
told you
believe
6
you
weeks in.
because there was a lot of Patriot hype, and it's still early in the season. I would not be that surprised, honestly.
Look, the difference between the Eagles and the Bills is one, Philly's a big market. They don't have Josh Allen. Josh Allen is the ultimate, we've talked about this, equalizer. Today, he did not have his best stuff. Neither did the offense. This was a bad game from Josh Allen. I haven't seen him play this poorly in a long time. But the rest of the offense, I felt like Atlanta was kind of just bullying them around. And on the opposite side, Bills defense, like you said, got just taken apart piece by piece. Hey, Drake London over the middle, 15. Bijan. Hey, we need a tough 3rd and 2. Tyler Algier, get out there and be a sledgehammer. No problem. No problem at all. And if I'm a Bills fan, I'm like, crap, this is what we're going to see when we get to the playoffs. Like, offense is humming. Defenses that know our little schemes.
Yeah.
This is like the same old thing. It's like, where are the difference makers? Where are they?
And I want to say this. I really don't want to get caught up into this Falcons trap. They look really good tonight. There was point in times where it was that team where we did the preview, Max, and I told you, I was like, would it be crazy if Atlanta had a top 10 defense and a top 10 offense? We're both like, no, we can see that. They have the talent on both sides.
They play the
And-
49ers next week. And I feel like that's a game they could somehow drop to that Niner team that is just,
Yeah.
in my opinion, DOA.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at their schedule a little bit more in depth because I'm kind of curious. So they got the Niners, they got Miami, New England, Indianapolis. I mean, they don't have some. They got some
Okay,
tough.
well,
They got
hold
some
on,
tough
hold on.
ones.
The games after that is Carolina, New Orleans, the Jets. That's not a tough slate of games.
Yeah.
I will say this: they had their bye week, so right from this point on, it is all gas, no brakes.
Yeah.
It's going to be they have some tough games remaining, but again, I feel like this is a prime team where it's like how they play these next 4 weeks, we will know.
Yeah.
If it's 2-2, if it's like 3-1, they got really lucky. It's like we can't buy them. We can't buy them. This is a team I feel like a lot of people would say in the next 4 games against the Niners, Dolphins, Patriots, Colts, the odds are even for 0-4, 1-3, 2-2, 3-1, and 4-0. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Where you have no idea what you're going to get from this team.
Yeah. 100%.
That's a problem. That is a problem.
So we'll see how the Bills move forward. Let's see how the Falcons move forward. But I'm not buying the Falcons just yet. And I'm a little bit worried about the Bills. I really am because we haven't really had a statement game. They play the Chiefs this year. I think they play them in like 2 or 3 weeks. So you know that's going to be the game where, you know, both teams are going to be measuring each other out because you know those two teams are going to be at the end of it, like going against each other some way, somehow. So we'll see how it is then. But you got to watch out. The Patriots are here. They're at the top of the division.
They're
that's
on bye week. They're on a bye week. Then they have Carolina, and then, like you said, they have the Chiefs. Now, that Chief game, it's like all eyes. All eyes are going to be on that game. We know this.
Well, let's go to the Chiefs. I wanted to go there because they're 3-3. They beat
Yeah.
the Detroit Lions with a pretty good statement game. I think this is the best the Chiefs have looked. I think under the radar, a lot of people are not. It's not the flashy thing to say because you know how me and you feel about Baker Mayfield being the MVP. But I truly do believe that Patrick Mahomes has a say in that conversation, at least being talked about. And of course, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, well, he's Patrick Mahomes. Like, he's good. Like, the expectation of it. But if we're talking about the singular season and the situation that he's been dealt with, no Xavier Worthy for more than half of the season already.
Banged up him.
Banged up.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce has been a shell of himself. He has not been the same Travis Kelce.
Offensive line issues.
They don't have a running back. Their running backs, like, who the hell cares? He's their number one running back, technically. And then no Rashee Rice. Like,
who's coming back next week?
And he's been holding the ship. Like, he's 3 touch. Like, this looked like vintage Mahomes. And I feel like they really did put a bow on it last night on Sunday Night Football in front of everyone and was like, we're going to bully around the Detroit Lions. Like, they punched the bully in the mouth, essentially, on Sunday Night Football.
They did. And, just to quickly hit on Detroit, man, it looks like a lot of the same stuff from last year. Injuries. It's unfortunate. Not trying to give Detroit an excuse, but Detroit needs a bye week. They need to get healthy if they're going to really contend in a really loaded division. Like you said, the Chiefs, this is their statement win of the year. They have a really big test in 2 weeks against the Bills, but they're not dead, Like we talked about how they lost a lot of games early. They lost to the Eagles. They lost to the Chargers. They lost to Jacksonville. These are all good teams. So maybe we were all a little bit overreacting because at the end of the day, I feel like if they have Reed Mahomes, they will find a way to make it work.
And they do.
And I will throw in Spagnuolo to there. He is such a big part of what they do.
Yeah, and they do find ways, Max. And I think part of it is, me and you included, we want to see the Chiefs dynasty die. We want to see it die. Like, when is it going to happen? When is it going to end?
I just want to see them struggle, which I'm getting. So I'm happy with that. You want to see them die.
I want to see it die. But I feel like more than half, if you're not a Chiefs fan, you're an NFL fan, you want the Chiefs dynasty to die. People don't like them. You know how the refs are with them. 0 penalties on Sunday Night Football. Like, they're hated. No one likes them.
Yeah, I mean, they got a big test next week, the Chiefs. They got to go to Las Vegas. Or they're playing the Raiders in Kansas City. That's a test. That's a test.
You so much. That's a
You guys just won. Be happy.
No, and I'm not even going to transition to the Raiders. Where I am going to transition, let's talk about the New England Patriots. We were talking about them earlier. They beat the New Orleans Saints. I don't want to talk so much about the game because I feel like, they beat them. Yeah, it was a good win. What are your thoughts on Drake May? You did the sophomore buy, sell, hold. You did buy Drake May. How are you feeling
I'm glad.
How are you feeling? Great. How are you feeling about Drake May? Just give me a quick little breakdown.
I'm feeling great. He's established himself to me as the second best quarterback from this class. He is nipping at Jaden Daniels. He still has to prove it throughout the year. But if this play keeps up, he's playing like an MVP candidate right now. You look at their offense. Do you look at anyone standout they have? Like, I know they have Stephon Diggs. Do you think Stephon Diggs is elite at this point?
No, unless he's playing the
Bills.
The Bills.
Correct. The Bills, Texans, Vikings. That's it. Okay. Kayshon Boutte. He's solid. Pop Davis. Solid. Drake May's athletic ability, his ability to push the ball downfield. And this cannot be understated enough. Having a competent coaching staff has just benefited him greatly. And Josh McDaniels, you cannot be a head coach, but man, you can sure call some offense. So I'm going to give you a little bit of props. Because we have to remember, this is a whole new system. Who was the OC last year? Not Josh McDaniels.
Yeah.
Exactly. And where I give it to Jane Daniels, like, you had Cliff Kingsbury, you get him a second year. But guys like Drake May, Caleb Williams, hey, you got to learn a whole new system. That's not easy. It's not.
Yeah.
So I'm buying Drake May even more. I hate to say this, but the Patriots are probably going to be good for a long time if he's there. And Vrabel, why would you ever get rid of him? They're not stupid like the Titans. So, yeah.
I'm going to say this. I don't think he's nipping at the heels of Jaden Daniels, just because of what Jaden Daniels has accomplished. I think it's like way above of what Drake May has even started, or he has a long way to go. Like,
I agree. I'm just saying if this pace keeps up, he's going to be there. I don't mean right this minute. I just want to
gotcha.
clarify myself.
Okay.
We heard some pushback when we made him our QB2, and part of me is like, yo, we were right. We saw a lot of good from Drake May.
Yeah. Yeah. You know how I feel about Drake May. We're both on that with Caleb Williams 1 and Drake May 2. And it took a lot out of me to put him above Jaden Daniels, because you know how big of a fan I was of Jaden Daniels. But we're seeing it. We're seeing the big arm. We're seeing the mobility too. I feel like the mobility is something that's very underrated about him.
They haven't seen that for like 20 years in New England. Well, that 1 year of Cam Newton, I guess. But
shout out to Drake May. Shout out to the Patriots. I'm not ready to call them like something like special, like, oh my God, like here we go. They're gonna dethrone the Bills in the AFC East. Like,
they're
gonna
be a pain in the ass the rest of the year. I think we were talking about that on one of the shows. They might not make the playoffs, but they're not going to just roll over and die like the last few years. Yeah. They will stick with it till the end.
The good news about them, they really don't have a test until week 10. They have Tennessee, Cleveland, Atlanta. Next 3 games.
How did the Raiders beat them?
That's one of those week 1. It's week 1. You know, there's always that week 1 in there where you're like, what the hell happened week 1? How did this team beat that team? Kind of like the Patriots last year with the Bengals. They beat the Bengals week 1.
Oh yeah,
they kicked their ass.
Well, correct. And then the Bengals just proceeded to just like screw up every game after that, just to make it like life even cooler. Yeah, but no. Patriots are looking good.
Okay. Where do you want to hit, Max? Anywhere in particular?
There's this team out in the desert I want to talk about.
Okay, let's do it.
The Arizona Cardinals.
Colts and Cardinals.
Oh, I thought I was going to say the Raiders. Okay, you actually knew my bluff.
Yeah. No, I knew who you were talking about. Let's go to the Arizona Cardinals. Jacoby Brissett, 320 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Probably a problem. Probably not playing. Your offense is struggling if he's throwing for 300 yards.
Yeah.
Probably not running the ball.
Without Marvin Harrison as well. Look, is this story more about the Colts or the Cardinals? Because I feel like we got to give the respect to the Colts, and I want to hear your thoughts on that.
No. There's nothing to talk about the Colts. They should beat the crap out of the Cardinals. But first, just really quick, whatever you're doing in pregame, change it up. You can't break your backup quarterback's face, and you can't concuss Tre'Davious Ward. Like, let's just a little more attention to detail. That's it. The Cardinals. I have one question. When is Jonathan Gannon going to get fired at the rate they're going?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Look, here's what they do, though. This is what they do. They won their first 2. They lose these last 4. All close games. They will win next week, probably. They will make you buy the Kool-Aid. They'll be like, oh, they're 3-4. They didn't have Kyler. They've lost they had that fumble on the
They play
interception.
Green Bay, so they'll probably beat Green Bay.
Yeah, they'll beat Green Bay, but then they'll lose to Dallas. And you're like, what is this team? So my question is, when is it going to happen? Like, is this the downward slope, or what are we doing? I don't know what this team
they
sucks.
Keep them. I feel like they keep them. I feel like they need to take a long look in the mirror about Kyler Murray. I feel like this screams more about him more than anyone. Like the fact that Jacoby Brissett came in there and the offense looked a lot better with him rather than Kyler Murray was very worrisome as a Cardinal fan. Like, you just don't want to see that. You don't want to see your backup quarterback come in and the offense looks better. That's never a good sign.
They couldn't run the ball, and he was throwing some really good passes. If they don't just shoot themselves in the foot with a couple, they could have won this game.
Yeah.
And I thought the defense played well for some of the situations they were put in. It's just the Cardinals, man, I you know how bullish I was on them, and then I just get let down by them. And like, let's be real, they should be like 3-4, not 2 sorry, they should be 3-3, not 2-4. But this is what they do, right? They can't win a game big. They have to they have to mess it up when they're winning, and they have to come back when they have no business coming back. So I don't know what to make of this team.
Try to warn you. I did.
You did.
I try to warn you. You don't. You
Did.
don't trust the Arizona Cardinals.
I guess not.
Well, part of it, I do want to give them some slack, and I'm going to give you some slack. They do have a bunch of injuries, man. Like they lost James Conner, they lost Trey Benson, they lost a bunch of linemen. Like they're down a good amount of people, like on IR, gone.
I know, but even if they were healthy, they'd be 3-3. You know it. You know it.
Probably.
They weren't great when they had them. Like, come on.
Okay. Let's go ahead and do a rapid fire. Okay, I want to ask you a couple.
Okay.
I want to ask you a couple of questions and teams that have won, and I want to ask you the meter of them of
Okay.
confidence.
All right, I'm gonna try to do it in one sentence.
Okay. Chargers and Dolphins. Chargers get the win. Confidence level on the Chargers.
10. Still 10.
Stop capping. I hate you.
Okay. I'm at an 8. They're really banged up, like we've talked about with other teams. They need to get healthy. Was not a great showing. Justin Herbert looked awesome.
That was the longest sentence ever, but I'll give it to
you. Well, 10 was wrong. Dolphins, man, we're uneducated. What do we know? That's all I got to say. Really bad vibes. Player meetings, I don't know.
I'm going to go a confidence level on the Chargers, a 7.5. It would be a little bit more, but like you said, a lot of injuries. Vidal looked good, and I love the fact that McConkey's getting involved. I think that was the biggest, brightest spot for the Chargers.
As crazy as it sounds, really quick, as crazy as it sounds, they really need Quentin Johnson to get back out there. Like, they really need this dude, let me be honest, Juan. I'm sorry. I never thought I'd have to say that about the Chargers. I really was like, yo, they really need this dude. He's a big part of their offense.
Yeah, low key.
Like, just say it one time. Just say it one time out loud. Like, just feel how dumb you sound.
Yeah, they need Quentin Johnson back for the big
playability. It doesn't sound right, but it's true. Yeah, right.
It's very true. Okay, let's go to a team that came out of the bye week. They're 4-1. Pittsburgh Steelers. How confident are you in the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Because 6.5.
Fraudulent.
I think so. They were 10-0, and you were like, "This team's frauds, bro."
It's different.
Suck.
That was different Steelers, man.
I'd say like a 6 or 7. They need a test. They need to test bad.
I'm gonna put it at an 8. I like what I see from the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know they beat the Cleveland Browns, and they got Dylan Gabriel, and it's just looking bad, and the ownership looks shitty. It's really bad in Cleveland.
Oh, wow.
I'm confident in the Steelers. I really do like the way that Rodgers is playing. I feel like a lot of people are giving him shit because he's not playing like amazing. He's on Aaron
MVP
Rodgers.
42 years old. Yeah, I'm with it.
But I love the fact that he switched up his mentality. Like, I feel like this is what the great players do. I compare it to players in basketball where it's like they lose their ability, right? And the great players like Ray Allen. Ray Allen was an athletic like shooting guard in the league and can do a lot of stuff with the ball in his hands. The older he got, he turned into a shooter. Like, he stayed in the league for a long time.
Yeah, the great players will do what they need to do.
Yeah, and that's what Rodgers
into their role.
And that's what Rodgers is doing, and I commend him for that because I feel like it's a lot of growth from him. Because you know how we feel about Rodgers. We know because from last year, it's a lot of growth. Right. It really is.
You're right, and I said, oh wow, because their next 4 games are the test: Bengals, Packers, Colts, Chargers. Excuse me. Yeah. That's the test. This is what we'll know. So yeah,
and I feel like this is a team that's prime. Watch out for them to trade. I told Max this earlier about AJ Brown. I'm not sure it's going to be AJ.
Don't ever say that.
If it's not AJ, it can be another receiver. Maybe it's Marvin Harrison. As crazy as that sounds, shout out to the Reddit people.
No, hey, Arizona Cardinals Reddit, go attack one like you attack me. We're asking me a stupid question, you stupid Fs. If they trade AJ Brown,
now are you hoping that Marvin Harrison goes to the Steelers just so you go back?
Yes, I will go in there and I will MF everyone. And the post will get taken down in 1 second because only losers live on Reddit. You heard it here first. If the Eagles trade AJ Brown, I'm gonna put one in an armbar till he taps. That is my promise to all my Eagle fans.
But they really are a receiver away. I feel like a big trade away. And
who though? Who's out there? But who's out there? Like what? Like Tyreek Hill?
DJ Moore?
He's not you. What is wrong with you?
DJ Moore.
You're like saying, hey, you're a good team, Chicago. Let's trade someone who's
Jacoby
good.
Myers.
Okay, you said good. I wouldn't say no. He's good. Okay, maybe
Hey,
Jacoby Myers.
there's guys out there. Calvin Ridley, maybe. There's some guys out there.
Is Tennessee just like, hey,
why
we
not?
Suck.
Why not?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's talk about the Tennessee Titans and the Raiders. Confidence level now that the Titans have fired their coach.
10. It can't get any worse. No, I'd say like a 3. What's crazy is you've made so many bad decisions, which we'll get into in another time.
Yeah.
And yet you hit on the number 1 pick, which is good, I guess. I'm surprised you didn't mess that one up.
Cam Ward just looked really bad. It was a lot of rookie stuff, but like he looked bad.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like this is a clear case of, hey, everything sucks around me and the vibes are bad and all these other, like this coach is an idiot and we're going to get our quarterback killed. So that's what I'm going to go with. The Titans a 3. I don't know how many more times I can say and for the Raiders, a 6, a solid 6.
I give it a 4. I don't believe it. It's the Titans. They were really bad. They should have demolished this team. They almost let them get back into it. Geno still found a way to throw a pick. Genti looks good. I love the way that they have the run game going. That's the one positive.
What changed?
What changed?
Yeah, what changed?
I feel like they're running a lot more inside zone. I
think it was just the stance one. You're dumb.
Oh my!
You don't know ball. You don't know ball.
I love the stance though.
Stole it.
Let's go to confidence level on the Panthers.
5. I'm not. I won't allow myself to get hurt.
Rico,
neither should you.
Rico's
okay,
different, man.
What are you gonna say?
Buckle up for the Carolina Panthers, baby.
What's your number?
7. Confident.
This is why you get hurt.
Probably
this is why you let the ex who hurt you come back in. How many times could they hurt you? Chat, clip it.
Oh my goodness. I like the Panthers. I like the way they look. Cowboys, confidence level. I'm gonna go a 4, and it hasn't changed.
5.
It hasn't changed. It's never going to change. Their defense sucks. Their offense is pretty competitive. I would say that. But
my bad. I actually have to apologize. I thought Brian Schottenheimer was the worst hire they made. It was my bad. Matt Eberflus, come on down, buddy.
Yeah,
you suck.
100%. 100%.
You suck.
All right, Seahawks and Jags. Jags, they were really big last week. They beat the Chiefs on Monday Night Football. They dropped to 4-2. They had a chance in this game, multiple chances. They only scored 12 points. Confidence level on the Jags and then confidence level on the Seahawks, who are now 4-2 as well.
Seahawks, I'm going to go a 7.5. Jaguars, I'm going to go a 7.
I'm going to go a 7.5 for the Jags, but I'm going to go a 8.5 for the Seahawks.
Ooh, that's pretty high. I was going to go
confident.
8. I thought that was a little high.
I love
the defense is balling.
And look, a lot of people don't notice. They were missing their 2 starting cornerbacks last weekend. Devin Witherspoon and Tariq Woolen were both out for this game.
Well, one of those guys is a big loss. I'll say that.
Yeah. But still,
one of those guys is
starting
really
corners
in Philadelphia green. I won't say who.
Starting corners. But the offense, man, they struggle if JSN gets hurt or JSN just not balls out. Because this JSN a bust. It really is.
Yeah, really. Wouldn't have thought Sam Darnold and JSN would be probably winning people fantasy leagues at this point.
Oh, my goodness. Man, if you drafted JSN, I mean, congratulations, because you hit a gold mine. He is looking
awesome.
Absolutely amazing, man. And a lot of people were talking about Puka, which, worthy. I agree. Puka looked really good. But JSN under the radar, having just as good as a year as Puka Nacua.
Puka's hurt right now, too, so he might miss a game or two. So, I mean, JSN might be the leading receiver of football when it's all said and done. And who really had that on their bingo card?
Maybe he can win the Triple Crown. As crazy as that sounds. All right. Rams, confidence level.
8.
I'm gonna go a 10. I'm completely confident in the Rams. I think they're primed to make. I would have said this last week, even though they lost to the Niners. It was a bad play call. I'm gonna live with that with Sean McVay. He's gonna make up for it. He's gonna be just fine.
Yeah.
He's gonna learn from it. They're 4-2. They handled their business. The offense,
They have a really good case for 6-0-1.
yeah,
Like really 2 plays away from 6-0.
yeah. But they beat down on the Ravens. I'm gonna go 10. I think they're going to whoever's gonna be on that other side of the NFC, whether it's the Eagles, whether it's the Bucks, or whether it's the Detroit Lions. I have full confidence that the Rams can hang with anybody in the NFC. Anybody. I don't care who it is.
The Puka thing doesn't take it down from you for like a 10.
Maybe, but I feel like
That's
he's
why
gonna.
I was gonna say like 9, and then I was like, oh, he got hurt, so I'm gonna drop it just a little bit.
I heard he's gonna be okay though. I think it looked a
That
little
dude's
bit
tough.
It looked
That
a little
dude's
bit
tough as
worse
hell.
than it came out to be. You know, a lot of people were already like, "Oh my God, he's screaming!" Like it looks like a season-ending injury. He's probably gonna miss about 1 or 2 weeks. I feel like Devontae Adams is there, Kyron Williams, like Matthew Stafford's gonna find a way. Tutu Atwell's gonna have some big plays. Like they're gonna be just fine. Sean McVay is going to find a way. I don't care what their record is. I guarantee they're going to win at least one playoff game. I'm going to say that. That's how confident I am.
And if they don't,
Then the Raiders are going to suck for another 10 years. Okay. Which is probably already on the bingo card. Okay.
Yeah, come on.
Wow. Baltimore, 1-5. Confidence level.
2.
No hope.
No, not 1-5.
So
no.
I think I want to say
they're on their bye, I think, next week.
I want to say the most recent team to start off 1-5 to make the playoffs, Washington back in 2020 when they won the division and it was a terrible record.
Yeah, how bad was that division? Like, weren't they 8-8? They made it.
It was terrible. I want to say the Colts did it back with Andrew Luck. And then I want to say that the Texans did it one year, but I might be wrong. It doesn't happen often. They have the recipe to do it. They're obviously talented. Obviously, we know why they're struggling. It's a lot of injuries. Obviously, Lamar in particular. Do you have confidence that they can do it? They got a bye week this week.
I don't think so. I don't think. Look, Lamar comes back. He's still a little banged up. They have problems on defense. I think Zachary Orr might not be long for this job. I don't think it's the right move if they discuss firing John Harbaugh. I don't think you fire a coach that's been just like the gold standard, arguably. But it's just rough. I'm going to go 2. You got to prove it to me. You got to go on some type of run. So I'm fine saying 2 or 3.
I'm going to go a 5.5 just because.
How are they get a 5? They're worse than the Raiders.
I see the schedule. Chicago, Miami, Minnesota, Cleveland, Jets, Bengals. Like, you're not a big fan in Pittsburgh. They play Pittsburgh. They play Cincinnati.
I know, but those
again.
are tough games. Those are tough games. And, like, they're not rolling.
Once Lamar gets back. Lamar's going to come back. I know you're assuming he's going to get hurt again, but I think he's
No, I'm not. I'm just saying he's not going to be himself.
We'll see. Okay. Bengals, Packers. Confidence level on the Packers. I'm not impressed. 7.
6. Yeah. Okay.
Bengals.
2. But there's something about Flacco that I just
3.
like.
They're competent with Flacco. They are viable fantasy assets again. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
I think they're done. I think they're dead.
They're done. I don't see it as far as winning football games. Last one. I left it for last because I know how you feel about them already. 49ers and Bucks. Let's start off with the Bucks and we'll end off with the Niners.
10. 9. No. 9.
I'm gonna go 8 just because they lost their 3 receivers. Emeka Ibuka's gonna miss some time.
Mike Evans still hurt.
I mean, my goodness, like Baker Mayfield.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. But man, were the Bucks impressive, man. They're number 1 in the NFC. Number 1 seed. So very impressive.
Rightfully so.
Yeah. 49ers.
1. They're done. And let me preface it with, it's not the coaching, it's not the talent, it's simply injuries. Injuries. Fire your strength coach. Injuries derailed this team's. You can't afford to lose. You could afford to lose Bosa if you had Fred. not both.
They're
Can't
doing
lose both.
voodoo. They want to keep McCaffrey healthy, so they're sacrificing other players. That's what's happening here. Okay.
The training staff's just like, yo, McCaffrey and 24/7. I don't know.
I'm gonna go a 5. I'm not
I don't know.
I feel differently about this team than Max does. Do I see him as a Super Bowl contender? No. But I find it hard to believe that a 4-2 team, and I look at their schedule coming up, and it's teams like Houston, like I can see them beating, like Houston doesn't impress me. I feel like they can get outcoached easily. The Houston Texans.
That's D'Amico Ryan swinging the hard against his old team, dude. Come on.
Yeah, the wishful thinking, bro. I mean, if that's your number one reason, I don't see it. I'm not confident in the offense of the Houston Texans. And then they play
But what are they gonna have left? Like, what's crazy
Shanahan,
about these,
bro? It's Shanahan. They still got McCaffrey.
I got that. I say, but he could get hurt at the rate we're going. Like, who's next?
That's assuming.
Come on.
That's assuming.
What's crazy is, and I know when I assume you make an ass out of you and me, but what I'm saying is, you could maybe survive. Yo, Fred's got a high ankle sprain. Bosa's shoulder, he'll be back in. Like, bro, they got guys who are just gone already. They have like 2 of the highest paid players of their position gone. You have Brock Purdy. Your team's gonna get worse when he comes back. I'm sorry, my bad.
I find it hard to believe that if they win next week, which they're fully capable of winning next week,
Atlanta.
They play Atlanta, who they're fully capable of beating. Like you said, Atlanta's a freaking unpredictable ass team, and they're 5-2. You're gonna tell me a 5-2 team is dead walking, a dead man walking?
I saw the 10-0 Eagle team. They were dead on arrival. I watched it.
That's very true.
You know they were dead. I knew they were dead. That 10-0 Steeler team was dead.
But this is where we got to preference it. You're looking at it, dead man walking, that they're not going to make the playoffs. I think the 49ers are going to make the playoffs as a wild card.
And they will be some team's dream first round. Was like, oh, good.
You're probably absolutely right. Most definitely. But the way I see it, the NFC is just weak. It's like after the Rams.
You hating. Why is the NFC always weak?
It is.
You don't see me every year going,
okay,
AFC,
New Orleans.
The Super Bowl.
Let's do it. New Orleans, the Giants, Arizona,
the
Dallas.
Raiders, the Dolphins, the Jets. What are you talking about?
Okay, but there's more heavy hitters in there. Look at KC, Denver, Jacksonville, Buffalo, New England, the Chargers, Indianapolis.
The Chargers?
Come on, dog. Come on.
The Eagles, the Packers, the Lions, the Buccaneers, the Niners, according to one, the Rams, the Seahawks. Shut up. It's freaking equal. It is equal on both sides.
I feel like there's more unpredictable shit going on than the NFC.
AFC bias. You heard it here first, guys. AFC bias won. I didn't realize you were a leaguist.
That Joey Hayes coming out right now. That's what it is. All right. I'm not Joey. All right.
No, you hating.
Joey's
you
gonna
big
love
hating.
this if he sees this. He's gonna be like, Max, you're a hater, bro. Joey, freaking comment on the video. Stop texting Max solo. Comment. All right. Say what you feel. Because I know what he's going to do. He's going to text you solo. He's going to be like, dude,
your videos suck.
Dude, you're tripping about the Niners, bro. You're tripping.
I know.
But
more on them later this week from MJC Sports, guys. Little tidbit.
Well, I think that's going to do it. All right. Look, we hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, I missed the game. Broncos Jets, the freaking London game. Jets.
They weren't. It wasn't in America. Doesn't count. Let's leave. Hey, I talked to a Jet fan. They said to leave the Jets in London. They just leave their ass over there.
I would agree. And Broncos, I'm gonna go 8.
8. Yeah. 8.
You win the game. They didn't look good, but you won the game. All right.
Yeah.
That's going to do it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like the video. Comment down below any thoughts, opinions that you guys have. If you guys enjoy NFL content, you guys have came to the right place. We do podcasts like this. We do breakdown videos. We do film breakdowns. If you guys are big draft heads, stay here for around the year, bro, because we do a lot of big stuff coming draft season. So if you guys love that, make sure to subscribe to the channel. You guys won't be disappointed. All right. Until next time. Max, any last words?
Oh, no, I'm good.
All right. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Big dreams, everything ain't what it seems. Glittering gold, both gleam. Not on my team. This organic, we don't buy.